Rhea Ripley goes at the Liv Morgan stands. Crikey. This right here is a Liv Morgan stand in its natural born habitat of X. If you come up real slow, then you might be able to see its natural call where it calls to the other LM stands by crying about something. This person made their account private. Now, that's the WWE superstar had to do that to a Liv Morgan stand, and that's unhinged too. So that sort of makes this segment, and God damn it, it wasn't privated before, but she goes, be careful not to make a noise or share an opinion. These creatures are pack animals and don't venture too far from one another. So she destroys this person, and that's what's happening on the WWE side, folks. And I told you, we're going to get the WWE sickos too on the segment. The Liv and the Rhea stands are going at each other. Hard, dude, hard in the paint. I don't know how anyone goes for Liv over Rhea. I'd switch teams for mommy. They are literally the two baddiest in two completely different ways is what's wild about that. Moving along. WWE is running Orlando the exact same day as AEW's pay-per-view in Orlando. Pettiest company on the planet. Clown face. So WWE, we covered it on the last show. They're running this Orlando show. And, of course, the IWC handled it properly. And they're mad. And it's like WWE runs this Orlando show. They even ran it against their own Raw before. It's the same holiday tour, the same Orlando show every year for like 30 years or something. I think I saw someone post the stat. It's like 30 years they've ran it. Yeah, these people don't know that because they want to go, oh, you only care about one wrestling. You only like one wrestling. But it's projection. That's them. They don't pay attention to WWE. Talk about they don't know. Happens so much, I realized today. So the fantastical tales of Tony Khan. That dude, remember I was like, guys, he blocked me. Remember I read that sicko story? He didn't block me. I don't know what happened. My bookmarks messed up. This dude has new stories. And we're going to read it, guys, okay? It's going to be phenomenal. So from God's gift, these people are unbelievably pathetic and stupid. No one in the outside world knows what AEW is. This guy at Mark Red Believer says, the outside world takes AEW seriously. They take AEW super seriously, guys. It's super serious. Serious as Man Bear Pig. Yeah, it's so bad because this is the thing with like AIR Gold too. His argument to me wouldn't be, and I never asserted this. He was just asserting all this stuff that I was thinking before I said it. One of those pompous pricks who like, and I'm sorry to go hard on him. It's just the truth. It's like the dude just like tries to predict what you're going to say. He already knows it. Know it all. I tell you guys, what do I tell you guys on the dumbest people are the people who think they're smarter than everyone else. Something I was taught young, and I wish I applied it when I was younger, was surround yourself. Like if you're the smartest guy in the room, that's an L all the time. You shouldn't always be the smartest guy in the room. You know what I mean? The majority of the time, you got to surround yourself with people smarter than you, you know? Otherwise, weird like this happens. You know what I'm saying? He's a fellow Canuck, too. I feel bad. But, yeah, exactly. If AEW is making all the money, he would say that to me. Well, their ratings are number one and whatever. And then I'd be arguing to him, okay, but look at, like, the pacing, like the no-selling and it's trash. But then I would also be admitting, maybe I'm wrong because it is working. You know? So, but the stories just to me are trash in AEW. That's the main problem they have. Above the wrestling, like the stories are bad and then they just over wrestling you. You know? So, I don't know. Maybe I'll have him on to review All In or this. I don't want to review All In because that's just like a wrestling focused show and that's what he likes. So he'll just be like, well, all of these matches were great. I want to talk like nuance, psychology, the production value, the placement of segments and all of those sorts of things. Anyways, though, tell him to give Alfred Conan's gun. I think I'm dumber. Exactly, dude. I tell everyone, like, dude, don't listen to me, especially with this news and the hot news. I just repeat what other people are saying, then I get my take on it. And then sometimes I've been right. Sometimes I've known some a little bit, and I bring it to the show. That's all I'm saying. And if I say some confidently, I'm not wrong about it. You know what I mean? I'm telling you that right now. If I say it where I'm like, I don't know, who knows? Or I do the Meltzer double side, but it's because I don't know. And you guys can obviously discern that because you guys are intelligent people. That's why this chat is goated. This show's the best. I'm cultivating a good audience here, okay? Of people who can disagree but don't spurg out about it. You know what I mean? So anyways, though, I don't think anyone takes AEW seriously. We got to be honest. Walmart doesn't either, okay? Tony Khan doesn't either. What do I mean by Walmart? Their figures are for $30. You can buy a Roman for 15 with the title and everything. And you're selling Chuck Taylor for $30. That's not serious, bro. Like, that's not serious on any level. Is that serious? So conveniently left out the ratings. Here's from AEW Neckbeards now. Here's this dude. He's made it to the show before because he's literally a memed. Now, I'm not saying, harass and make fun of this guy, but he's written hilarious sicko like about Dax Harwood, his interaction with Dax Harwood coming out of a Starbucks. He wrote like he wrote like a sonnet about how he wrote a haiku about meeting Dax walking out of Starbucks. But this guy's literally in the meme, the creepy stalker, like the type of, now I'm not calling him that, and I don't know this guy, but literally he takes pictures with wrestlers outside of Starbucks. All I'm saying. And so this guy pops up again, man. Hey, I'm sorry, dude, but he's with MJF and he's listening to, or here's his thing, My Scumbag, right? And shout him out, dude. He loves I'd take a picture with Max too. And so, but here's what he wrote. FTR Follow the Revolution. This is his Twitter account. It's called FTR Follow the Revolution, right? This week has been unforgettable for AEW. AEW Dynamite was ranked number 1 on cable. Okay, that's wrong, except for in the world of wrestling, to where they do all these weird tricks. In the actual grand scale of cable, they absolutely were not. AEW All In Texas was announced. That is a big deal, but will they fill it? Who knows? They don't need 50K tickets. That's good too. I don't know what match they're going to do. I don't know what match they're going to do to get 50K in Texas, dude. They're struggling to sell out the game esports thing. A bittersweet Bryan Danielson video package. Okay. All right. Mina Shirakawa made her return to AEW. Everyone loves HLA. Tommy Billington is officially signed AEW. Okay, sure. He just jobbed to Jericho, bro. Jericho jobbed this kid. Jericho jobbed Takeshita. He beat all the kids. He beat everyone. He beat them all other than, I think, one, right? Action Andretti. And then look at what they did with Andretti. Ty Conti is set to make her official return at any time. Bro, you're not that big of a Ty Conti mark. AEW's Twitter account reached 1 million followers. Dude. Michael Oku and Amira are expected to sign with AEW. Chat. Do I got a Michael Oku? No, I'm not going to be rude. I am familiar with him. I have been for quite a while, but I don't keep up with like his matches. But that's the guy MJF just wrestled. Here's Neckbeards again. High IQ fan in response to WWE running a house show in Orlando the same day as AEW is running a pay-per-view. Call the authorities. So All Elite Marks goes, okay, in all seriousness, this is as low and dirty a tactic as WWE can pull. It might actually not even be legal. If you live in Florida, call your representatives. Call city council.
You what?
Or state senators or whatever and report this to them. They need to take action against WWE repeatedly.
You mark!
Repeatedly, I said immediately. This is how tired I am right now. Listen to me, guys. If this guy was made aware that WWE's done the show for 30 years, first, he wouldn't say this about WWE could sue AEW. And this is what I mean with these people. These are literally the people you think they are. I realized that today. These are the people you think like they are absolutely just bad faith. Like it's that. I hate even using that term. It's just absolute, like, just a disconnect with reality, or it's blatant trolling. It's one of the two things, right? Like otherworldly trolling, and everyone botches. But this is like a strong opinion. And these are the people who are like Fed fans only like Fed wrestling. Here's the thing: when like El Hijo comes in, these people don't know him either, other than clips. Otherwise, why the AAA doing that type of business? They don't know them either, man. It's all a front. They just lie like, oh, yeah, I know that underground ska band, dude, totally. You know, Fox. They don't actually know, guys. They don't actually know these wrestlers that come in either. They're just like every other normal person, right? Some of them do. Of course, there's exceptions. We speak in generalities here because that's how the world works, right? Consensus. So I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just going off tonight, okay? This guy wouldn't be talking that if the shoe was on the other foot. It's inconsistent. And these people are just disingenuous like that, dude. They don't believe that they're even saying, or they do, and they're just completely deluded. And like, or they project. I noticed this too. It's mass projection. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I mean, Meltzer projects all the time. We cover it on the show. Tony projects all the time. He cries victim. And then these fools project. Like, this is the same type of guy who will tell you, oh, Mark only watched the Fed. You don't know anything other than the Fed. Meanwhile, this guy doesn't know about anything other than AEW or what? Doesn't know anything about the Fed? Mindless sheep to the dirt sheets. Yeah, and AR Gold was like, oh, so it's sheep? So, like, just whatever sheep do is what you like? Number one? What's trending number one? It's like, dude, that is just such a brain dead argument. You can't even have that argument. Like, no, dude, you aren't the all seeing eye. So it's always, that's what I tell you guys. It's always Alex Jones conspiracy with these guys. The all seeing eye of Horus, you know, like they're like, see, they're way above us, man. There's less of them, but they're like the telepathic future readers, bro. It's just stupid. It's like we have measurable data, right? Like numbers don't lie, bruv. Period. Well, it's not about the numbers, okay. So is it about the wrestling? Because wrestling's about like pacing and psychology and selling and putting your opponent over so that you look better when you beat them. These sorts of things. So you can't argue against, because they can't. In no way. They'll never win that argument. In no way do all of these, in no universe should Ishii be no selling Swerve, dude. They're world champion. And dude goes, well, you're in New Japan, Mark. You should get the psychology behind Ishii. No, it's not psychology. It's a spot he does. Hulk Hogan hulking up, that there's psychology about how you build up to that spot, bro. So like these people don't even understand it. You know what I mean? This is the conversation I'm having today. Like, bro, you don't even fundamentally understand what's going on, dude. You know what I mean? Like, back up, figure that part out, and then start talking. You know? That's all I'm saying. Let's move along here. Call your authorities. WWE's a down. So, Dax good. So, here's Dax. We talked about it before. JD from NY says the most heatless tag team title match in company history. FTR, true. FTR only exists to feud with the Bucks. That's been it as of late. Acclaimed is ice cold. Lazy booking, as Jim Cornette would say. Division is a shell of its former self. FTR goes, I had a whole response written out. Okay, first off, if you had a whole response written out and then you deleted it and then wrote out a whole nother new response.
You what?
What? So you had a whole response written out that you backspace to write a whole other response. I had a whole response written out, but decided to go with he's a dumb son of a bitch. After we broke our bodies for 30 minutes, only to give the fans a match they'd remember. No one remembered it, Dax. I'm sorry, bro. This idiot decides, and when I say nobody, in general, like in the grand scope, well, a few people did it, touch their souls. Okay, what does it do for the wrestling business? Those same people will watch all wrestling, right? The people who watch AEW, we know, they all watch WWE. And they'll also, if MJF was having a match on YouTube, they'd go watch it too. We know that. We already know that. So, like, how does it help the business to cater to that? Helping the business means more money into the business. Oh, well, Tony Khan gives the business all this money. I mean, gives all these wrestlers money. That's good for the business. No, it's not. Not if they're not reinvesting their time into the business. Time is money. If you give Edge $3 million, and Edge deserved it, I'll never knock him for taking it. You guys already know that. But if he's just at home or breaking his tibia and there's no PC and you guys don't run house shows and you're not building the market, oh, why do they run house shows so they can break their bodies? No dumb Dave Meltzer, Mark. It's so that they can build markets. And so that when they do all the outside subsidiary towns around the large town, when they go to the large town, people travel to the large town. And then when they go to the small town, people travel from the smaller town over. It's like so basic. This is figured out 200 years ago in the circuses, dude, in the carnivals. They figured this out. Why does the carnival travel, bro? What the are we really? These are the conversations I was having with AAR Gold today. I know it seems like I'm just having arguments with nobody. I assure you this was what I was saying today in DMs, like baffled, laughing that I even had to explain these sorts of things. Like, really, So you can, I don't know, whatever. But Dax goes like, only to give the fans a match they'd remember. This idiot decides to tweet buzzwords he's heard from people who actually mean something in this business. So, he put Jim Cornette over, so I don't know. And I don't know, shout out JD's not wrong. There's no heat on that triple threat, dude. I talked about it on Last Call podcast today. It's nothing. So to follow up, Pro Wrestling Counselor says, or pardon me, WWF Counselor says, JD is trying to take food off the table of Dax's children. So JD from NY goes, oh boy, Dax is upset at me again. Didn't block JD, blocked me. I've never said about Dax that's bad, dude, until now. Oh boy, Dax is upset at me again. Maybe you should tell Tony Khan to fix your depleted and embarrassing tag team division. Your division that had its championships go undefended for 4 months. Facts. Instead of worrying about what I have to say. Best tag team in the world, and they are worrying about what JD from NY has to say. Does anyone in AEW take criticism, or are they all salty marks for themselves? Oh, dude, JD doing my gimmick, bruv. Hey, come on now. What's going on here, man? Come on the show, JD. Let's do it. Let's talk that. Here's AIR Gold. Speak of the devil. Young Bucks updated their bio. Engagement farming feed. You either hate us or you really hate us. Full-time part-timers. Could have retired after our ROH run. You're EVPs. Yeah, I don't know, man. The Bucks have go-away heat. It's not cute anymore, right? They are ruined what the company once had. Right? So I don't know. They just all think it's cute because they're selfish too. That's what AIR Gold was saying. What have I told you guys for a year and a half on the show? These people don't care about AEW. They care about their own self-serving purposes. And he was saying that he's like, I don't care as long as I get the matches I like. I don't care if they make money. I don't care if they're in a shack. I don't care how many people are in attendance. It's like, bro, you like watching the production on the shows where they're filming around emptiness? And he's like, it's art. And I'm like, bro, you're void of art. You don't understand art. And I'm an artist. Look at this production. Right now, turn on Dynamite, guys. Look at this cool-ass shot they have because the crowd's full behind them, bruv. And they're able to walk around these two as they do this promo with the crowd lit up very brightly because they're in an actually decent building. Aesthetically, it's, bro. We can break this down on so many levels. You wouldn't understand. You don't work in TV, bitch. And I even said it. I was like, so if John Cena says Roman Reigns is the GOAT, that holds no weight. And the dude's literally like, it holds no, he's like, it's just his opinion. And it's like, right. But dude, if you went to a doctor and the doctor's like, man, you have the flu, take these pills, you'll be better in a week. And he's like, but it would just be the doctor's opinion. Do you not get a second opinion? Bro, you've never gone to the doctor and got a second opinion in your life. Ever, bro. Ever. Especially not for something menial, like a flu or something, that's the type of arguments this guy's making. I'm like, so let's say a wrestler has come on my show and agreed with me on this certain topic. You wouldn't agree with that. You wouldn't at least say that their opinion holds more weight than, let's say, yours. Right? And it's just an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. All right. Everyone has an asshole too, and they're full of bud. So this AEW soldier guy talked to me too. So Brad Shepard had a problem with me. This guy had a problem with me too. And the PWT universe, he didn't even get one like. Y'all showed up and cooked his ass with flutes and everything. So round of applause for you guys. So this guy goes, I don't care what y'all say. Sometimes you may have to make an example out of people because Tony been getting played by wrestlers for far too long. This is in regards to Ray Phoenix and Tony tacking on his injury time. I quote tweet and go, how is it making an example by forcing him to stay, you idiots? Hey, everyone, don't forget. And this is Tony Khan. Hey, everyone, don't forget. If I don't use you on TV ever because my deal with CMLL means you can't wrestle for the company you're signed to, then I'll tack your injury time on when you want to leave. Respect me. You people are dumb, man. This is why this is failing. TK and his stupid fan base ruined it for all of us. Damn, I was really fed up that day. This guy, I don't know, someone responded to moi, the queen. So this guy goes, speaking of weirdos, let's talk about you. You leech off Dave and stupid Harry Potter flute for views, and your gimmick is Jim Cornette light without the wrestling knowledge. You can't interview for sakes. Get a life and leave AEW alone, bruv. Now, this guy's been following me, just commenting under my for like a while, right? So I finally give him what he wants. I slap him around a little bit, send him packing like he wants. He likes the abuse. I go, you follow me. Dave can eat my ass like a human centipede. Anyone defending him at this point of time is trash. My flute is goated. Ask chat. If I'm Jim Cornette light, you're AEW defender mild. Everyone loves talking to me, from pro wrestlers to neckbeards like you. That's why you're talking to me right now. Get a personality beyond AEW, baby bro. You'll be happier in life. Oh, God. Boy, Phil had to cook him right there. But yeah, if you talk something like that, you're accepting mutual verbal combat with me, right? This guy, Jeremy Lambert, goes, AEW All In 2024 is going to do 50,000 times the fans and business WrestleMania 36 did, but the podcasters don't talk about that. Who the cares? Like, why do they just nitpick these random... okay, SummerSlam just did more than that WrestleMania 2. Gives a... like, so stupid. And I took an L2 because somebody posted a stat saying, and I conceded, I'm not one of these goofs. I go, oh yeah, I was wrong about this. I'm also, like, for shoot, I'm dyslexic, but I don't use that as an excuse, guys, all right? But yeah, somebody wrote, like, WrestleMania... Or AEW All In 2 has now outdrawn 17 WrestleManias or something like that. And then I was like, who cares if they outdrew WrestleMania 17? So I botched because I had misread it, but people corrected me. But it's the same thing stands. Like, who cares if they outdrew 17 WrestleManias on this one event? I don't know, man. You guys got to understand, if you have $1 billion, you can get 50,000 people to show up to a place for a thing, you know? And that's not taking anything away from the wrestlers or anything. But let's be honest here. If you went into any niche with $1 billion, you could probably draw a crowd, you know, in some capacity. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, we don't go like, oh, SummerSlam beat every AEW show ever, you know? Like, that's not a good way to... It's incomparable in my... But that's just me. Other people can... Whatever. Real one goes, it's been 5 months and Bully Ray is still obsessed with me, acting like a man-child. And then Bully owns his ass with the picture, bro. And I go, nah, why Uncle Bully had to do him like that? Oh my God. And I'm not trying to be like, look at this. No, I don't give a fuck about any of that. Because this guy's funny, man. Real one is actually funny. And he's legit just trolling. Like, this guy loves WWE. He does this for the money, you know? You got to admit, I out-trolled you with that. Bro, did you actually make that, LOL? Hell no. Someone sent it in a group chat. I was genuinely asking if it's you, and people ran with it. So this is this guy's proof that it's not him, but I think a bunch of people proved it is him. Whatever. Chat, you guys can run with that. Some wrestlers are just stupid. I don't know what to tell you. And then he brings up Big Damo. Bro, Big Damo ain't agreeing with you. But yeah, Bully, just like, I don't know why you had to do him like that, man, because it's Bully. It's like when Rio went after that, not went after, but like quote tweeted that Liv fan. Like, she didn't have to do that, man. It was devastation, fatality. I need that on the soundboard, dude. And there's another one too. He did him again, man. Yes, sir. So real one goes, yes, sir. Finally, wrestling is back tomorrow with Dynamite. Last Dynamite before All In. Let's go. And then Bully pops up and goes, fire. Bully pops in and goes, yes, sir. And then, yeah, it's this dude sending a picture going, yeah, I got tickets to Raw at Barclays before Mania 40. And then they go, I thought you don't like WWE. And he goes, nah, I just like the attention that the Fed fans shower me with. I actually watch Raw most weeks. It's funny. Guys, he's like a next level troll, right? So I can't even like clown. I ain't even ripping on him anymore because it's actually just it's kind of funny if you think about it. You need to have Bully on. Oh, I'd love to, man. I'd have any of these guys on. Anybody I talk about on the show, I have on. And yeah, I would have Bully on in a heartbeat. Devon as well, you know. Who knows? Maybe I'll ask Duke. I hate asking for favors. That's one thing. If you guys don't know about, I hate asking for, except for 100 likes. That's. But no, just like personally, business. I like to network on my own. You know, I don't like to be like, hey, could you get this guy to come talk to me? This guy goes, a guy who has a tiny audience of smelly slug neckbeards thinks he knows more about the business than someone who has nearly half a century of experience. And yeah, this Ibou guy is a narcissistic. I truly believe that. So sorry if you like him. When you see this face pop up in your feed, get ready to read the absolute dumbest, saltiest, brain dead takes you've ever read in your entire life. Absolutely. And he's literally shilling trying to get a Will Washington job. He blocked me because I LMAO'd at the video of Tony Khan walking right past Ibou when Ibou had his hand out trying to shake his hand. And this is what I try and tell people, man. Like, Tony Khan wouldn't piss on your gums if your teeth were on fire, dude. He couldn't give two in an outhouse about any of these guys, man. Even though he's all like, I'm for the people. It's not that, or he wouldn't run these big bills. It's not fan service. There's no fan service going on here. Here's Ibou. He goes, I could definitely book NXT better than Heartbreak.
Liar! Liar! Tell us what you know, you goddamn liar!
Drugs are bad, okay? Drugs are very bad. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, Ibou. That is dumb and you know it. And everything you marks claim to love about wrestling is what NXT's doing times 10, and none of you talk about it because you don't really like it. So moving along here, let's see. So AR Gold, yeah, see, this is what made him want to DM me, I guess, or whatever. Or he said that, like, someone said I wanted to talk to him, and I was like, no, dude, before, because when he blocked me, it was like I had said it, like, you can come on the show. And your boy was cooking, man. 31K impressions, 400 likes. All that sort of. I was cooking, like, I got like 1,000 likes on a couple different posts. But this guy literally says WWE's $5 billion Netflix deal is good, but nothing special when you break it all down. Oh my God. The Netflix deal is valued at $500 million per year for 10 years, but it is very broad in its scope. That's literally what AEW is being, very broad in the scope of what the deal is. Netflix will hold the exclusive rights to air Raw in the U.S. Yep. Outside of the U.S., Netflix will become the home for all WWE programming, including SmackDown, NXT, and every PLE. Yep. WWE Network will also be on Netflix overseas. Yep. Compare that to SmackDown, which got $280 million per year for U.S. rights alone. For how many years, AIR Gold? So 280 minus $5 billion, that's the difference, bro. Like, how are you this, like... Oh my God, dude. He literally doesn't understand it. Literally doesn't get it. And I go, nothing special. It literally is on the forefront of revolutionizing the way people consume pro wrestling as well as live weekly entertainment. You guys, Netflix is doing this deal to retain their viewership. They've done the market research and they understand that there's the amount of people who have Netflix and WWE globally, the crossover is significant enough to where it makes sense for them logistically. These people don't get it. They think that this deal is like, oh, Netflix trying to bring in wrestling fans. No. They're just trying to retain viewers. This is the test subject. WWE's the guinea pig. of, okay, how are we going to do live weekly content? Like, what is that going to be like, entertainment wise and sports wise? WWE Sports Entertainment is acting, reality, kayfabe, and athleticism. So it encompasses all of that, and it's the guinea pig to test how they're going to do other things. Idiots have said to me too, oh, NFL did that with Peacock. No, it's not the same thing. This is 52 weeks out of the year, bro. This is unprecedented. Running a pay-per-view playoff game on Peacock randomly that didn't work. People don't have Peacock. As a writer, the movie side of things, let me speak on, I'll educate you guys on this. On the entertainment side, TV shows and movies. I'm pretty sure Rainn Wilson was out there. He was on Bill Maher's podcast, the guy from The Office, Rainn Wilson, and he's like, please, people subscribe to Peacock. Like, people aren't subscribing to it, and we need more people to, and my movie's on there or whatever. He had a new show that came out or whatever. And he's like, go and watch my new show. It's on Peacock. We need people. People aren't showing up to Peacock. It's a problem. I'm telling you, from my, like, trust me, people are showing up to Netflix globally. It's everywhere. So, like, they did the market research, guys. They aren't just going into this blindly as like, yeah, I don't know. This is going to set the precedent for how other programs are going to work on Netflix when they start doing more live. They need to retain the people they have. They're upping prices. They're not trying to get more people in at these upped prices. They're upping the prices to retain the people they have because they already have so many people. Now, if new people come, yes, that's awesome. And yes, that's a bonus. And yes, that's WWE is tried and true. And it's just growing in popularity. And it's something everyone can watch. Oh, McDonald's. Yes, McDonald's caters to everybody. Its objective is to cater to as many people as possible, to be affordable and consumable. There's a play area for your kid. There's a spicy McCrispy for the adults. And there's a McCafe with a salad so your grandpa can watch his calories or whatever. Do you guys know what I'm saying? It caters to everyone. Is it the best burger of all time? No, but they also don't charge you $18 for their just one burger. I guess maybe they do, yeah, with inflation and maybe for a meal. But what the point I'm making is, go and get a Gordon Ramsay burger. Shit'll run you $30. You know what I mean? So it's consumable stuff that caters to everybody and everybody can enjoy, and it's the most popular and it's delicious. Everyone agrees. Don't tell me no mom don't like McDonald's. Come on now. Everyone likes that. So is it the best? Like, yeah, maybe not everything, but like overall, like if we're doing a rating, a 2K rating, it's like a 95 right now, WWE, right? It's firing, bro. And same with McDonald's. Yeah, dude, it's like a 90. Like, it's always there, 24 hours when you need it. Broke people can afford it. Rich people indulge in it. Come on, man. You know what I mean? That's the same with WWE. You can afford to go to the shows for the most part. There's something for everybody, all ages, luchas. There's all different styles. There's women are running over there. These arguments get tiresome and boring. Don't understand that the whole Netflix play is just to retain viewers. All those people I was just talking about, retain them. Netflix is the McDonald's of, think about that. Yeah, WWE went to Netflix. 260 million people have Netflix. Why? Because it's not the best streamer? Oh, no, but like Apple TV has the best. Okay, but no one has Apple TV, bro, compared to Netflix. Why? Because it's the best. It's marketed the best. It has the best interface. It's easy to digest. Their trailers look cool. They give you, like, this is just, these are objective things, right? That can quantify what determines quality, okay? And yeah, Raw and Netflix is the biggest, greatest deal that could ever exist in this space. I'm only keeping my Netflix membership in order to watch WWE in the future. It's literally the only reason I have Peacock right now, for sake.
Dummy. Yeah. Conan.
Exactly. I'm so excited I'm rewatching all of Cobra Kai so that I can watch like the new episodes and like binge more of them, right? I love Netflix. I use it all the time. I just watch All of Us Are Dead. I watch Godzilla -1. Lots of good on there. Good, pal. And I have that in Disney Plus. And I have another thing in Canada called Crave. And I have Amazon Prime Video. So, and I'm one of these guys, like, I don't even use Crave or Prime Video all the time. My girl does, though. She actually uses them all the time. So, but I use Netflix more personally, right? and Disney. So I like Marvel and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be awesome on Netflix. I can't wait for it. And we already know The Rock and John Cena and Roman Reigns and Cody are all going to be on that first episode. We already know. And here you go. Jonesy telling us the only reason I'm keeping Netflix is for WWE. So exactly. There's a bunch of people like that. The market research is there. They wouldn't have just dove into this like an epic fail. They've already laid out the groundwork for people like UFC to battle it out in their own right. Round of applause for the super chat. Thank you so much. So here's Jack Perry. He made his own belt, and this guy goes, Banana Williams goes, what? And All Elite Mark says, when will fans realize that Jack Perry is the modern day Stone Cold Steve Austin and they just can't see it yet? Drives around in his custom truck, has badass gear, glass Titantron, cuts fire promos, and now has a belt he made with his own hands. Bro, I don't know what to say to that. If you compare those two, you're psychotic. That's all I can say. And then I got, dude, look at this, 1.2K likes, 90K impressions. You can't make this up. Here's my tweet from yesterday. Updates coming to Fightful Select subscribers today on the AEW WBD deal per Sean Ross Sapp. This guy, GoBirds XTL, says, can't wait for the fifth. No deal has been reached, but both sides are super happy with everything and everything is fine. Don't worry about it. Post. Sean Ross Sapp goes, want to apologize? Or he's so worried about his goddamn credibility, man. I want him to know. I want to talk to Sean legit, like a real convo, and just like explain to him, like, it's just people aren't against him as much as he thinks. I just want him to know it's just more like the dirt sheeting in general is what people are against, right? It's not like him. Well, maybe, no, it is him because I guess the back and forths he has with people. I guess I am sort of blanket stating just in general. The dirt sheet guys, it's just that culture more than anything. It's not like the individuals as much as it is the culture. Either way, this guy says, can't wait for the fifth no deal story. SRS says, want to apologize or what? GoBird says the story hasn't been published yet, so no, not yet. Literally, the story publishes. Read this, guys. Nothing. It's a nothing, and I go, can't make this up. Things to continue to move well on the AEW WBD front. Fightful Select Sean Ross Sapp has spoken with a number of sources within AEW and WBD about the possibility of an impending announcement. WBD sources confirmed there was still some red tape to get through, but that another offer for a long-term television deal was made recently to AEW from the company that they're very confident in. Fightful reported earlier this summer that Tony Khan was set to meet with WBD's David Zaslav in Paris during the Olympics. Khan confirmed as much. Blah, blah, blah. One WBD source called the offer extensive, but didn't elaborate on what that meant outside of saying it's literally extensive. So probably 5 years, something like that. They're going to do a deal, man. I called it the whole time. And some people are going to have to eat their words on my show. Maybe that's why they're not coming on lately. Oh, I'm just stirring up the controversy and drama lately, dude. For real, but like, hey, I don't know, dude. Some people, you came on this show and talked a lot of, and I'm not trying to do gotcha, but it's like, well, what now? You know, like, where do we go from here, dude? I was always confident they're gonna deal like another deal with WBD. I was just like, they'll put them on True TV or something. Just won't be on. It'll go to streaming though. I believe that too, and maybe even like off TV, like maybe Rampage and Collision are off TV and just streaming only now or something. We don't know. It'll be something kooky like that. But yeah, I don't know, just a nothing burger. There's no announcement. We don't know anything new, and you can't make this up. The guy asked him to apologize for being right. This is the problem, dude. You can't force people to apologize when they're right. That's abusive. Here's the fantastical tales of Tony Khan. So we found this account last time. He is a complete sicko. This guy's chill, though. He does not get triggered by me. He follows me. He goes under my posts and tweets hilarious. Like, oh, the fantastic Mr. K would agree with whatever. Like, you guys got to follow this. This guy is on some neckbeards level, quite possibly. Now, neckbeards is goated, but this guy's up there. And he wrote another story about Tony Khan, so let's get into it here. Dinner debonair, considered by many to have transcended the sport of professional wrestling. to have reached the pantheon of ethereal and undefinable works of art like the Mona Lisa or A Christmas Carol. I'm Meltzerine, ain't slept in 2 days. There we go. One could be forgiven for assuming that such pioneering genius could only come from the much fabled creative mind of Tony Khan. Except it didn't. Almost 4 years ago to the day, he puts Tony Khan over. Dude, in the thing. It's so good. Almost 4 years ago to the day, our beloved suave wrestling promoter returned home after another long, arduous day of saving the wrestling business with his vibrant, on vogue wrestling promotion, Flustered, a rare occurrence for our chiseled Mr. K, whose steady resolve is rarely afflicted. He cut a slightly disheveled figure as as he removed his suit and tie that strained under his bulging muscles as he stood there, bullock naked, gazing upon his mountainous shoulders, thick, bumpy abs, and veiny tree trunk quads. In the mirror, he thought something wasn't quite right. Those abs didn't quite have the same polished steel-like shine. His charming, infectious smile without the same pop of which we're all accustomed to. He knew exactly what to do. He dressed in his finest silk underwear, his best smoking jacket, one that would leave Hugh Hefner all shades of green with envy, and picked up his phone. Hello, Dave. It's Mr. K. You free? Tony's dear friend, Dave Meltzer. A charming man, older in age, enormous in wisdom, intellect, and in many other areas, entered Mr. K's bedchamber with feverish enthusiasm. Tony's spirited immediately lifted. He meant spirit. The two engaged in fierce philosophical debate, pondering the great questions in life with a passion almost exclusively reserved for those of close physical intimacy. Mr. K blushed as Big D spoke of false finishes and fighting spirit before gazing deeply into each other's eyes. They felt their bond grow stronger, inseparable. The two stood to their feet, embraced in each other's arms, and almost in a trance-like state, as if possessed by the thick, suffocating platonic chemistry between the two hulking men that would make most lovers blush. Everyone's blushing. They were lost to the rhythms of dance and song. Despite being exhausted from the hours of frolic and merriment, Tony's spirit was replenished. He removed his clothes once again and gazed upon the reflection of his statuesque physique. The pop and the gleam, the blinding sheen of polished steel had returned to his abdominals once more. How do I look? He asked Tony. Like, 8 stars, uttered Dave.
You what?
Oh my God. Whoa.